Hello, I'm Jim Morningstar, your guide through this 9-session Integrative Life Teacher Training series. In this class, we will look at the final steps to making your leadership real in your body and in your life. Steps to successful marketing of your class. Making leadership real. I will now outline 6 steps that I teach to students in the School of Integrative Psychology as they set out to do a presentation from a holistic approach. Step 1 is to admit that you have value to share, which is often the greatest hurdle for people who have been taught to be humble from a perspective of self-denial. It may take practice and a shift in self-talk rather than simply repeating the internalized, limiting messages given to you in the past. This takes courage to claim your value as an aspect of the divine. You do not have to be a self-realized master, nor be an expert on any topic you want to teach, as mentioned before. But it makes the process immeasurably easier to know that you are an extension of universal love and wisdom, and your little brain doesn't have to make it all up. So take handout 2, Steps to Successful Marketing of Your Class, and in Step 1, Value to Share, complete what helps me realize I have value to share is. Now be willing to write something down even in the face of your old critical mind coming up with numerous objections. This is your perfect opportunity to look them in the face and see the fears that have held them in place. Take a clearing breath and write down the truth of who you essentially are. This single act may be worth years of self-therapy. Your love is always bigger than your fear if you're willing to access that love. Complete this now and return to the video. Step 2 is to be willing to share this value with others. We do not own this value to hide it and hoard it for ourselves alone. It's in sharing that the value is enhanced in both the giver and the receiver. It's also a step that can bring up our fears of separation and rejection. All the ways we pretend not to be divinely worthy. It's time to stop what I call God hiding and see the divine in you and others waiting to play in the universal sandbox with the toys you've created and share theirs with you. Take handout 2, and in Step 2, Willingness to Share, write 3 fears I've had in sharing my highest with others. Complete this and return to the video. Step 3 requires the courage to face your fears and doubts and to move forward in the face of them. What bolsters your courage is the resolve to focus on the value and joy of what you want to share, not on your doubts and fears. This is the skill that changes the course of not just your teaching path, but your life path. I practice this skill every moment of the day. The affirmations principle. I can choose my thoughts and feelings. Now, this is the perfect place to practice this in the world and be supported and reinforced for your success. It works best by taking one step at a time rather than envisioning what your mind tells you is a mountain you will never climb. That's the reason we're taking the time to look at each step along the way with the eyes of love. So take handout 2, and in Step 3, Fear Forward, write 3 affirmations using the 4 P's, present, positive, personal, and practical, that address the 3 fears you wrote in Step 2. Complete this and return to the video. Step 4 helps you bring both sides of your brain together in the process, and that is to let your preparation be both pleasurable and work at the same time. Making it just one or the other can stall the process or drain you en route. This also gets the mind on board with giving it the task of being clever, working with the heart, and how to be efficient and joyful at the same time. Imagine that. If you can imagine it, you're already ahead of the game. Take handout 2, and in step 4, Pleasurable and Work, write how I can let my presentation be pleasurable and work at the same time. Complete this and come back to the video. Step 5 can be an unexpected challenge for some. That is, after you have given your presentation, be willing to accept acknowledgement from others as well as yourself. I was raised in the tradition of doing the task and moving on. To revel in accomplishment will give you a big head or ego. So just get to work with what is next. Now, this not only dampens the joy of your service, but actually defeats the purpose of being the love that you are. Life is not about an endless to-do list with a big bang reward if you survive. If you practice drudgery, drudgery will be your reward. If you practice joyful living, you will be getting your reward every day along the way. An antidote for the habits of my early life is that I write acknowledgments for my day each evening. Acknowledgment is the cornerstone of growth. If I do not acknowledge what I have completed and take it into my heart, the place of peace and joy, I have to start over and do it again until I get the lesson of completion. Take handout 2, and in step 5, accepting acknowledgement, complete something for which I acknowledge myself in doing this course so far is. See, practicing acknowledgement each step along the way will make it easier to accept it after delivering your presentation. Complete this and come back to the video. Step 6 is the extra payoff for staying the course of doing your presentation. The lessons you are learning along the way are not just about doing presentations. The most valuable lessons you take away are deeper awarenesses you have about who you are and the gifts you are here to share with the world. These lessons are eternal and will be built upon throughout your existence. As they say, the gift that keeps on giving. Again, this is not about the false ego self. The true lasting lessons are the you behind your personality. Take handout 2, and in step 6, life lessons, write valuable lessons I have learned or reinforced about myself so far in this course are. Complete this and come back to the video. So, our desire to share what we love and co-create is exactly what furthers our consciousness and the consciousness of the world. My experience in being a teacher and a student over the years is an exponential growth in consciousness with every class in which I participate, and that includes this one right now. Holding you in my heart as fellow travelers on the road home, I send and receive blessings for our circle and all sentient beings till next class. Blessings in light and love.